Administrative reports. Someone who would handle that for the Public Works.
Briefly, I talked to Bill this morning. Unfortunately, he was unable to make the meeting. The Public Works Department has been busy finishing up, finalizing the punch list work around the tennis courts. They placed the mulch, the seating supplements. The pads have been placed in preparation for the benches to be located there. And that work, those guys are finishing up with that work today. So the only outstanding work for our department there is the installation of the benches when that come in. Other than that, it's been routine road work around the township.
Okay. Engineers report.
The board has received my report dated June 25th. It's pretty much related to all the development activity in the community. The only thing I'd like to report is I'm pleased to say that I did contact Lynn Foltz related to Maple Ridge, which is a plan that we've not closed out the final 2 small phases there, and met with him, and he is in agreement to get those things done. He's going to give me a schedule on that to finish that out before the end of the year, so we can close that job out. Other than that, everything else is just normally as it's going on. And just to mention that the staff in the township office is doing a great job filling in for Mr. Bosley, and continue to get things done. We're learning and doing well.
Very well. I appreciate you. A big part of that process of teaching her. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I had a question. Joe, do you know anything or heard anything from McElroy Paving?
No, I haven't, Frank, and that was one thing I thought about today. I want to call them and see what their schedule is.
Because before we know, school will be starting.
You are correct, Frank.
We'll get you an answer back, Frank.
Joe, did Youngblood happen to give a price quote for the parking lot up there yet?
They're in the process of giving Bill a price.
You okay with that? Great. Next, the solicitor's report. Alan, someone in for Gretchen.
Thank you. Hope I'm doing okay. I've already commented on a few things that we've been working on. Just one other item. It's up to you if you want to move forward, but it was not on the published agenda tonight, but it's my understanding that Gretchen and Ms. Cowden spoke this afternoon, and that the agreement, this monument agreement that has been discussed over the last couple of months is ready at this point. And the way this has been reworked a little bit from what it was originally, but what basically the way this would work now, if you want to move forward, because I understood there was some time issue here, is that the Historical Society would put the agreement in, or excuse me, would put the monument in at their cost, but then essentially they would deed it over to us, or convey it to us, and then we would take care of it going forward. The warranties on the construction would be transferred to the township, and it would be a township asset going forward, essentially. Am I stating that correctly? Okay. Right. So it's ready. I'm not saying you need to vote on it tonight. I just wanted to report that had happened.
But we got an email that said from Gretchen to this afternoon that said that she was still waiting to hear from the landscaping construction company.
There was an issue about a warranty, and the agreement provides that the warranties that they have to get the warranties, and then the warranties are transferred to us. So there's nothing. Here's my point. You don't have to vote on it tonight. You obviously don't have to, but there's nothing substantively that would be holding it up at this point to wait another month. If you wanted to schedule a special meeting, you could do that too.
My plan was to put it under new business, but could you wrap up further any other cases or anything else you're working on?
I don't think, the only other thing that I would point out is that the...
Can I ask a question?
Well, yes, one moment, sure, we'll be there. But just let him wrap up his solicitor's
The
report.
only other thing I would report on is that as I believe you know, there's a bankruptcy case filed by Mr. Clements, and there was an order entered by the bankruptcy court regarding the condition of the property, and they had to bring the property into compliance by June 30th, or else we had the right to file a certification to default court and move forward with some other things. And I wasn't out at the property today, but I don't know that it's been remedied. So we will move. We'll continue to move forward is my point.
Okay.
Thank you. That's it.
And under administrative report, I did want to, at this time, point out the executive session that we had before the meeting at 6 o'clock was for the ABB property. And I just wanted to make that public. The new business, though, then was where I intended to talk about that issue. So will you ask your questions to him at this time?
Yes, so it was my understanding that she wanted, why can't we hold it until the July, we have a meeting, public hearing July 19th, and then give us the opportunity to have it send it out?
You can.
Okay, that would be my
We don't
recommendation.
vote at public meetings, series of,
We can advertise it as a,
You don't have to vote tonight. I was
but we didn't
indicating.
get a chance to read, you're gonna vote on something that you didn't read?
It's up to you guys.
I'm sorry. I don't
That's up to you.
know.
That's fine.
Any other comments?
so I'll make a motion to approve that agreement with the Historic Society. I don't know what it's called, Alan.
It's
The
an
monument?
It's an interesting title. It's called a monument agreement, and then there's an associated license for temporary construction activity and an instrument of dedication that would also be signed. But the monument agreement is the main agreement.
We have a motion on the monument agreement. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Do we have any further discussion?
I don't know how you're voting on something that you
Pardon me?
haven't read. I said, I don't know how you're voting on something that you haven't read.
I read it. We've had it for weeks.
She just sent it and said, I can read the email, it said that it wasn't completed, and there were things that were changing. Is the agreement that we're voting on the one that, the most recent one that we read? Or have there been changes made?
There's going to be one change for sure, and that is not in the agreement itself. It's in the license for temporary construction activity. It is a non-substantive change in it that we should make, that was requested this afternoon, as I understand it. So,
What's the?
but other than that, the agreement, as I understand it, you guys have had it for some period of time.
What is the non-substantive change? Do you recall, or do we address that?
I have it right here, and you don't need, I mean, I'm going to take it out. It's under, you don't need to, it has nothing to do with the motion. I'm just telling you that there's a clause in here that says that we are not liable for any damage for loss of personal property or equipment sustained by any, by them, their contracts or agents at all, and that's good for us. But then there was a clause at the end that said, even if the loss was caused by our negligence, and that should not be in there. If we're negligent, we should be liable.
So just cleaning up the
I'm going to
language?
take that out, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to take that out because that shouldn't be in there.
So other than that, you're going on record as saying that the agreement is what we've already read?
My belief is that is the case. You know I didn't send it to you personally, so, you know, but I believe that this is the agreement you've seen. If you want to take a break and read it, that would be fine. Or again, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other whether you guys vote on
That's
it.
not a motion.
Doesn't matter to me.
So we have a motion with a second. May we vote right now? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed?
I'm gonna abstain.
No. And one abstention. So Carol, let the record show 4 yeses, 0 noes, and 1 abstention. Thank you. Next